Every day, more than 820,000 Washingtonians help their parents, spouses, and other loved ones to live independently at home where they want to be. And while we are all impacted by caregiving needs of our families and loved ones, women in particular shoulder quite a bit of the burden. Here to share more is AARP State Director Marguerite and Leslie Emerick, Public Policy Director for the Home Care Association of Washington. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Nice to see you this morning.
Yes, you too. Marguerite, we're going to start with you this morning. How have women's roles in caregiving changed over the years, and what is it like for women today?
Well, you know, I don't know about you, but with all my girlfriends, caregiving is one of our top topics that we cover.
Definitely.
And 75% of women work today. So what that means is that even more and more women are having to balance their careers, managing their families, and also taking care of themselves. So it's tough because our systems have gotten more complicated, and frankly, women are still in that position where often they're having to take time off to care for their loved ones.
Yeah, no, that is such good insight to talk about there. And Leslie, you're an expert in long-term care and a caregiver yourself.
Yes.
How has the caregiving experience been for you?
Well, you know, all of us are just like one serious accident away, if you have elderly parents or you have elderly members of your family, from becoming a caregiver. And sometimes it can be quite a shock. You know, my mom, 88 years old, fell and shattered her shoulder. When she got out of the hospital, we weren't prepared to bring her home, and she couldn't go back to her home, so we had to take her to my brother's home. But I didn't know how to dress her. I didn't know how to shower her, how to get her back and forth to the restroom, in and out of bed. Excuse me, she was in such severe pain, and we had to get all the systems set up. And it took literally months to get all of the systems in place where I could go back to work and not have to be there every day to help take care of her.
Wow.
And it so often does fall on, you know, whether it's a daughter or, you know, you're helping your friend, your loved one. It's the same for me when my mom fell and she got a concussion. I was the one who went to go help and take care of her as well.
Definitely. Yes. It's falling on the women, like, more so than maybe anyone else. And Leslie, what resources or support has been the most beneficial for you so far?
Oh, easily home care.
Really?
Home care, being able to help with the activities of daily living. You know, in the beginning, home health was able to come in with a physical therapist and occupational therapist and help her get, you know, back up to speed on how to do things. But the one that really frees up us to be able to go back to work is to be able to bring in home care. And in the beginning, we had daily home care, but now we're down to a couple days a week, and it's just perfect for her. So she's still able to stay home and live independently, but I would say that has been the biggest bonus to help get back to regular lives.
Definitely, and be where everyone, like we said, wants to be, which is at home, if at all possible. And so, Marguerite, I'm going to turn a question to you. Washington State is ahead of the curve, fortunately, with supporting family caregivers, including our state's new long care term care benefit. How does Washington Care specifically support women?
It's there to help working Washingtonians, and so when your loved one who eventually will have that benefit has that benefit, they can use that to reimburse family caregivers. They can use it to help modify their homes. It's really thinking ahead and really provides some of that support, especially at the beginning when you're trying to figure out what's the long trajectory that's that your loved one is going on.
Definitely. And caregiver burnout. What does that look like? What are the signs?
Well, not sleeping at night because they actually have to get up in the middle of the night to use the restroom. So it's like having a newborn. You're always listening for the cry or the moan or something to let you know that something's going on, and then you have to be up and ready to go. So just that 24/7 care can create quite a bit of burnout.
So I think it's really important, and this is why there are a number of resources. And so if you go, for instance, to our AARP caregivers website, one of the things that you'll find is support there, not only for the tools and the tools and the tips for caregiving and resources, but AARP also has a website or a web page, a Facebook group, where caregivers can
wow.
share their stories with one another.
And have that support.
And it feels like you're staying connected, and that's so important to have that support, which is why, you know, I think that's why when we get together as women, we talk about how we care for our loved ones and what it means to us.
Definitely. And are there any hidden demands that you guys want to share with the audience of caregiving that maybe we don't always think about until we're in the thick of it?
If you have an accidental situation like that, it completely shuts off your work, and that is a hidden thing that nobody can really be prepared for. So it takes a while to kind of work back up, and you know, you've got to have all the durable medical equipment too, all those sorts of things ready to go in the home, and really none of us plan for that. So that are the hidden things that surprised me.
Definitely.
It's the where's your paperwork, you know, thinking about
yes.
transportation.
Bill
thinking
paying.
about-
All of a
Yeah.
sudden you become the bill payer for the household to make sure the lights are still on and all
What are
that.
the passwords to all of
So
those?
true. We need to like write those
Websites,
down and have
right.
everything ahead of time and
Yes.
prepare.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ladies, for being here. This was wonderful information to share. And for more information, tips, and support for family caregivers, visit AARP's website that you see right there on your screen.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by AARP and BECU.